using the pinky. Okay, now let's go forward with our shift to fourth position fingering. Okay, here we go. Okay, here's where it differs. Shift back. 1, 2, 4. Shift back up to fifth position. 1, 2, 4 again. And you're back to C. Once again, first finger, why is it doing that? To block out strings, so we don't get any unnecessary noise from the other strings. They're muted. That's just, I just do it without thinking about it. Now, I wouldn't advise you trying it right away unless you're willing to sit for about 15 minutes to a half hour and train your finger to do that. Eventually you'll do it and you won't even think about it. It's protection against, say you're going forward and you forget. Okay, let's run the scale forward one more time. 2, ready, go. Remember, our shift is coming right here. Shift. There you go, that's forward. Now, let's descend. The ascending version of this scale, which we just did, to be honest with you, students, I would probably say 70% of students like the shifting back position. The other 30 are typically the students who maybe have longer fingers and who really aren't intimidated at all by an extra stretch. I will probably do most likely a short video on the 3 note per string scales. We looked at the spider scale last time, but there are others too. And those are for students who have played for a little while, maybe a year. It depends. If a student's really motivated, he can get there a lot quicker, of course. You know, dealing with, who cares what I just said? It's just freaking meaningless. All right, let's do the descending version of our shift. I don't really know. I don't have a name for this one yet. Our shift scale. I don't like that name, but it's the one where we're going to shift back a position. All right, so we're going to descend now. Ready? Here we go. So fourth finger on C. 4, 3, 1, 4, 2, 1, 4, 2, 1 again, but back. And we're going to use what technique, if you remember? Squeeze technique. And I mentioned before that I got that out of a classical guitar book, and wouldn't you know it, it magically appeared yesterday during a lesson. That would be, I don't know, I'm not doing a commercial for this book, although this is one of the greatest scale books. It's in great shape, isn't it? I've had this for many years. It's duct tape, fixes everything. This is a book where I learned the squeeze technique. It's a good classical guitar scale study book. However, it's good for pick style if you want to sight read, because this thing is relentless. It's nothing but eighth notes almost all the way through. Very good book, but that's where I got the squeeze technique lingo from. Okay, so we'll go back and then back into position to finish the scale. Okay, so here's our descent. Okay, squeeze back so your pinky's on D, 7th fret, 3rd string. Now, one other problem, you've got to reach with your 3rd finger and get back in the 5th position and finish the octave. Okay, so it's a little, you know, it's a little challenging, right? I think, I would say for sure, as you can clearly see the way my hand is moving, that the descent, going backwards on the shift position, which I just might stick with that, is, it's hard to say though, is much more difficult until you get used to it. And then you will remember that once you get here, well, what do I have to do? Don't use your pinky. Or you can use your pinky, but you may make sure you do that. I don't know, as I get older, I'm finding myself doing a lot more index to pinky movements. I don't know if that's laziness or just a bad habit I developed over the last year, but I seem to do it a lot. I don't recommend it, so don't do what I'm doing. Do as I say, not what I do. Is that right? Whatever. All right, so let's go back one more time, a little quicker. If you can't play fast yet, please don't worry. Practice it for a while, you'll get it. Okay, here we go. Shift. I'm sorry, squeeze. Shift back. And there you go. Now you've got both versions. You've got the ascending, descending version of the Aeolian in 5th position. We'll call this position 1. This is your main position, right? As I said, I think on the last video, don't make it your always position. Make it your main position, but not your always position. Because if it's your always position, you're going to be really limiting your ability to improvise and create really nice melodies and guitar solos. Okay, now we're going to do ascending and descending together, both sides. All right, up, back, and then we'll do the shift position, up and back. So whatever you want to do, totally up to you. I'm just going to go with a little bit more of a grit to run the scale up and down. Okay, so here we go. Let's just run it up and down twice on the pinky side, and then twice on the shift side. Okay, here we go. Not too fast. Right back. I never double the top note. There it is, up. Now I mentioned the top note. A lot of times when students learn scales, they tend to they'll double that the final note of the scale, and I try not to do that because I think it creates kind of a rhythmic halt in what you're trying to do. Basically, all you're doing with scales is learning how to negotiate through these patterns so you can improvise with them. Really, that's why you learn scales. You don't learn them because teachers are trying to torture you. It's because you need a vocabulary. So when you have a vocabulary, a scale, and you can run it, then if you can get the scale up to a speed close to that, you're ready to start to improvise. Basically, you take the notes you have, and we're still on this pinky side, and you mix them up. So you mix up the notes, and all of a sudden you have melody. Okay, let's do it one more time, and let's use a track this time. Let's ascend again. You can hear how this scale is perfect. So this half. Back down. I'll go a little faster. regular fingering, the shift fingering, meaning third string back to fourth position. Let's put the track on, let's run that scale. Okay, hang on, I got it. Okay, there we go. Back. Let's run it ascending forward one more time. Here we go. Let's run it one more time. Just get in position. Shift up. Okay, now this time let's go up and then think about coming back without stopping. Let me up here and then straight back down. Now we're going to go forward and then come right back. Get ready. Put your fingers in place. Fifth position. Ready? Go. Back. We're going to keep going, so back down. There you go. Great job. If you need it this time, you'll get it. Don't worry. You're not going to let a little scale beat you, believe me. Alright, we're going to go a little faster for those of you who think you have it. 2, ready, go. Okay, we're going to go faster for those of you who think you have it. We'll go eighth notes, probably like 1 and 2 and. Here we go, ready, go. Can we go a little faster? Probably 16, so 1 E and a 2 E and, so this will be quite a bit faster. Notice I'm muting a lot. I'm going to run that again. I see like the way that scale feels. I like the shifting. So I really, to be honest with you, I have no preference. Like I said earlier, I will do either one. It depends on what's going on. If I'm going to head up the neck, I may do... On the other hand, if I want to go down the neck, I might do this. From here, then I'm already headed back to the left. So, like I said, everything you do when you're improvising on the guitar is dependent upon what happened before and what's going to happen next. It's up to you. When you're improvising and you're in the zone, you literally won't know. You'll do it. Something's telling you to do it. When you hear it or see it later, you say, how did I do that? Or why did I do that? And it just happens. Because you train yourself. Training. If you want to get good on the guitar, you've got to consider it training. If you're not in a training mode, you're not going to improve. You're just not. I wish there was an easy way. There's not. You've got to practice, you've got to play. But don't make practice a job. Don't make it, oh, I've got to practice. Then you're not going to want to do it. Make it fun. Play to tracks. Right? I can't give you any better advice than to play to backing tracks. We didn't have this when I was first playing. We were told to record yourself playing chords into a tape recorder. Well, Okay, it's nothing like what we're hearing now, is it? Playing through modern equipment. These guys that make the tracks, like Chris, I use his tracks. They're professional track. They sound really good. You can turn them up as loud as you want. They don't distort. They've got everything in there. I kind of like this funkier beat for these lessons. It's a little more lively. We may go out with more of a rock progression, just to show you what you can do with Aeolian in terms of playing rock. But it's so easy now to get good on the guitar quicker. Believe me, ask anybody that's been playing for a while, that we didn't have even 1/4 of what's available today in terms of technology and help. To be able to go onto YouTube and watch somebody play a song you've been wanting to learn and be able to learn it in an hour or a half hour is just really a miracle in a way. It used to take weeks. You have to figure it out yourself using your ears. Now that's the downfall, is that students and players who start older aren't developing their ears as well. They're not hearing because they don't have to hear anymore. That's the danger, and it's a pretty big danger. So I would implore you to do something about that problem. That is, go on to YouTube and type in ear training, and have go do a few lessons of ear training and make it a regular part of your practice routine. Listen to a song and see, can you hear what chord that is? Can you hear how many notes are being played on a particular chord? Can you tell what string a player is playing on? And you can a lot of times if you have the hints. You can tell that this E, that E on that second string is much bigger than your open string. Therefore, this E is bigger sounding than the E on your second string. Why? Well, the strings are getting bigger, right? So there are some times when you can tell exactly where a player is playing a particular passage just by the sound. You say, does this sound like this thin open E string? Or does it sound... I think you can tell the difference just right there. Much bigger sounding. So it's little things like that that you're developing your ear. Okay, I think that about covers the Aeolian. Now, as I said, we've now done the Dorian and Aeolian scales. I'm going to go into a pentatonic lesson, which those of you who already know your pentatonic, I'll throw some surprises in there, so it's not just, it's at 1-4, 1-3, 1-3, 1-3, 1-4, 1-4 fingering, so that there's some new things that we can pick up on. The pentatonic is a very versatile and amazing scale. It's probably the most important scale you can learn as a young player, because number one, it's going to develop your ability to stretch and your ability to start to hear sounds in terms of soloing. Because most of your rock guitar solos, blues obviously, some jazz, and even in some modern classical music they use pentatonic scales. They use them in a different way though than what we're used to hearing. Then you get that scale under your fingers, then from there you pretty much can go anywhere. So good luck with this lesson. I hope Aeolian serves you well. It's just a beautiful scale, and I will see you soon with the pentatonic lessons and with a beginner series almost.